Plymouth Community School Corporation received an Education Workforce Partnership Planning Grant from the University of Indianapolis. The grant will be used to connect high school students studying precision machining to the industry by partnering with the Marshall County Economic Development Corporation.
The grant itself is a way where we can start to understand what the employer's needs are in terms of precision manufacturing and try to develop programs centered around that and basically to provide a future workforce for our employers.
Last March we got word that EWIN, the Education Workforce Innovation Network, was going to offer a second round of planning grants. It's a planning grant. And they had their first round of grantees the previous year, and it was a pretty quick grant process. So we watched some webinars, we asked some questions, and then we wrote the proposal. And we had to tie our proposal to high wage, high demand in our community.
Precision machining is a process that involves cutting material to specifications.
Precision machining is really just teaching the kids how to be machinists. We learn a little bit about lathe work, mill work, CNC work, grinding, how to use precision measuring tools, how to interpret blueprints, how to conduct yourself safely in a work environment. And then we kind of put all that together through project builds.
With precision machining, you can learn to be a machinist. You could also learn to be the machinist that programs the machines. You can also learn to program like I said earlier, the PLCs, the larger robots that program many machines.
iPhones are machined. If you drove a vehicle here, the engine block was machined, the transmission was machined, pins, drinking bottles, bottled water, those started out as molds that were produced by a machinist. So it's in our everyday life, either directly or indirectly.
Students in precision machining learn manual skills such as mill work and lathe work. They also learn computer numerical control skills, or CNC for short. Some precision machining students are from other area high schools.
Mill work really is making things flat or making them square. On the mill, you also drill holes, you tap, creating threads, you bore, you do reaming operations. You can do several different things on mill work. Lathe work, on the other hand, is round work. So if you're making a bowl, that would be lathe work because it's round.
Typically, we work on programming our parts on a training module. Then after that, we use a USB stick to go put it on the actual lathe so far and make it.
We just started doing our first project. We're making a hammer. It varies from day to day. You know, Wednesday is technology day where we're in the classroom on the computer. Some days there's lectures, some days we're out here in the shop.
This is really geared for a 2-year student. The first-year student is going to leave after their first year being able to use measuring tools, both micrometers and calipers. They're going to be able to interpret blueprints, and they're going to be introduced to what mill work and what lathe work really is. They're going to have several hundred hours on each machine producing product.
There are various opportunities available for those looking to get into the field, from those graduating out of high school and completing the program to those looking to study engineering in college.
There's really a couple of different avenues. The first avenue is direct. They can come in here, learn how to do and operate the measuring tools, the equipment, and they can go right into the workforce doing those exact same features. They could add to their skill set. They could take the skills that they learned here on the manual side of mill lathe work. Now they can apply it to CNC work. CNC is a little bit different. It's the same principles as mill work, lathe work, but it's actually computer controlled, computer numerically controlled. So actually you take the machining process and now you're telling a computer what to do. So that's a way to add to it. If a student comes back for a second year, they can take what they learned in their manual side, their initial business. Now they can learn how to do the CNC side of the business. And again, from the second year program, you can go directly into the workforce. You could add to it by going on to engineering. If you want to be an engineer in the manufacturing environment, this is a great foundation on how that can work.
I want to be an engineer after I graduate, and I figured this class would give me the experience of someone out on the floor, and in the way that's going to help me when I'm an engineer, do my designs. Like, I can see it from the perspective of someone who has to make it rather than just a designer.
I want to be either a biomedical engineer or a mechanical engineer, and I have already got a job at a biomedical engineering company. So this class has helped jumpstart me.
Through the precision machining program at Plymouth High School, students can earn 12 Ivy Tech credits and 8 certifications through the National Institute of Metalworking Skills, otherwise known as NIMS.
It gives a student that has earned a NIMS certificate, it gives them a huge leg up because NIMS is a little bit different than apprenticeships. Apprenticeships are time-based, so you have invested X amount of time in deeming yourselves an apprentice, right? NIMS is different because you actually have to produce the skill set. Once that is produced, now you are deemed qualified. So it doesn't have anything to do with a time standard. When a student can represent or achieve that sort of standard, it gives the employer a pretty good comfort feeling to say that this student really knows how to perform these job tasks.
Automation continues to change the manufacturing landscape. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the demand for CNC programmers is projected to increase by 19% from 2014 to 2024. Conversely, the demand for manual machine operators is expected to decrease.
I don't think that manufacturing is declining. Manufacturing is expanding. The problem is they don't have the skill set of the people to expand it. So what have they done? They have went to automation. Now, you're still going to need people that knows how to change a process, knows how to engineer a different line, knows how to set equipment up.
And as automation eliminates or reduces the need for certain types of jobs, I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity where we're going to see an increase in other types of jobs.
The only automatable equipment that I have in here is my CNC machines. I don't have any robotic arms here. Now, that is a big automated process. That is something that I would love to teach because I think that really could give a student a well-rounded approach to what really is going on in manufacturing, and it's going to allow them to work with it here in a student setting so that they can experience it.
Eventually, what we'd like to do is we can figure out how to create this comprehensive system, not just a few courses, but a comprehensive system to drive kids to advanced manufacturing and precision machining. If we are able to do this successfully after our planning period, really implement well, the next 2 sectors we see for our school corporation are healthcare and logistics.
We're blessed in Marshall County. We have a very diverse economy, one of the more diversified economies in this region, and we want to keep that as such, and this particular grant will allow us to do that.